Hello and welcome to another edition of TPI Talk. This time brought to you by Distinct Home Inspection. I'm Elle, the Digital Success Manager here at TPI, and today I have the pleasure of hosting Mr. Chuck Bradley, our very own local auctioneer.
Good to be here.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep.
I have to say I was surprised to see you're a young guy, but that's always fun and exciting. You were in 2017 Alabama Auctioneer Association's Auctioneer of the Year at age 24, and the next year you were featured in a New York Times article, and recently you were named the World Livestock Auctioneer Reserve Champion. Wow. How did you get into the auctioneering business?
From high school, a buddy of mine, we always done something kind of funny for the talent show every year, and he told me I couldn't be an auctioneer, so I figured it out, and here we are.
Wow. I'm sure I'm not the only one surprised to hear that there's an 85-hour licensing program. So tell us a little bit about that.
That can, a lot of people don't know that, and I didn't either. When I first started, I had no idea that you had to have a license to talk fast. But you do, and so I went took the class. It was a 10-day course, and I went to Atlanta, Georgia. Stayed 10 days and got my 85 hours and took the test and got a license.
And here we are.
Here we are, yeah.
So you are the reserve champion. Can you tell us what the difference between the reserve champion, the champion, and the runner-up is?
So runner-up, we had a top 10. So runner-up would be your third place qualifier. Reserve meant that I got second. And then, of course, champion was Russell Sleep from Bedford, Iowa. And so he was first.
Okay. I recently watched you win the Rotary Mule Day Championship in Columbia this year. Congrats.
Thank you.
And I really like the competition aspect of the auctioneering business. You're judged on appearance, enthusiasm, speed, rhyme, and even hireability.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think has helped set you apart from other competitors?
I think it's something that, when you're competing, you never, whether it's a beauty pageant or a car race or whatever, you never wake up and say, well, I hope I get second today. There's always a competitive spirit in whatever you do. And so, but I think that you have to love what you do, number one, and you have to have fun with it. It's not like, they're not here to kill you. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you, be good at what you do. So, I think the mindset of it's the biggest thing. When I go to a contest, I always try to think about, I do this for a living. It's just nothing any different. There's just people out there that's going to give me their opinion today other than another day of the week. So competition sets itself aside from kind of, everyday work, but it's still the same concept. You're still selling something.
Right. I like that you said earlier that you work for the seller, but it's also about reading the audience and encouraging participation. Is there an interesting item that you had a fun selling?
Well, I guess they've all been fun, but when I first started selling, I sold a little sale in Millerville, Alabama, every Friday night and every Saturday for, I guess, 6 or 7 years. And, the funniest part about it was I never knew you could make a living doing it. So when I started, we sold chickens, we sold goats, we sold cows, pigs, but we sold socks and pencils and whatever. So, and I guess that's the best thing about what I do is you never know what you're going to sell. And I have a set schedule, what I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but you never know what's going to show up at an auction, and that's the beauty behind it is that everybody's got something to sell, and everybody's got a reason for selling it. So it's my job to get them the most money I can.
So I have to ask, how much did socks sell for usually?
$2. Yeah. So, hey, you talking about buying some gifts now? You get Father's Day or Mother's Day coming up. I mean, you go to an auction, you can rack up for the whole family. Oh, yeah.
Those are right in my budget. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Chuck. And before you go, could you give us a sample?
Sure. And find out a bit of 10, 10 out of it, beard 15 out of it, beard 20, 20, find out a bit of it, beard 30, 30, find out a bit of it, beard 40, 40, 35, to get 40, so $35.
Number 22. Well, if you want to see Chuck live, you can catch him selling cars and cattle in Montgomery, Mobile, and Birmingham. Thank you again to Distinct Home Inspection for sponsoring us. I'm Elle Fuller, and this was another edition of TPI Talk. We'll see you next time.